And people, it's time for Beans Bits. Are you ready for Beans Bits? I'm not even sure you can handle Beans Bits. Oh boy, I'm gonna get kicked off of LinkedIn. That's gonna be hilarious to me. Yeah, so it's been a week. It's been a week. And it's always interesting as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, right? When my board meeting involves maybe talking to one of those guys. I got three of those guys. I got three dogs, and they don't offer a lot of help. They offer support. They offer love, unconditional love, but the ideation sessions useless. And it's always entertaining though to sit and to talk with them, because they don't seem to care if things sound like they're going exceedingly well or things sound like they're going exceedingly badly. They got the same kind of demeanor either way. And there's a lesson in there that I feel like as entrepreneurs, especially again when you're working by yourself, it's like this, man. That roller coaster ride is for real, and maybe I do it this way so you can actually see the flow. Um, and so, one of the lessons that I shared in my recent book was keep your highs low, right, and keep your lows high, and you're probably going to be better off. And I think the dogs got that shit mastered, and there's something to be said about that. And so here's what I'm thinking. Over the past couple of months, business has been slower than normal, right? And I shouldn't say than normal. Business has been slower than normal for the normal part of the year. July and August and parts of June or parts of August are usually brutal, right? For probably everybody, especially if you live in the north where you only get so many sunny days per year. It's tough, and it can start messing with your head. And then you start compounding that with the conversations about, oh, inflation running through the roof, and oh, we're getting into a recession and that's coming. And you start looking at those things, and the more conversations we have about that, the more we start to believe that that stuff is real and it's going on. And it's no longer, it's whether it's perceived or not, we know that perception is reality. So we eventually start talking ourselves into, wow, man, this recession's going to hit. I better tighten the purse strings a little bit. And so that means that we're going to end up having to talk to more people, right? We're going to have more opportunities at the top of funnel to end up with the same level of stuff that comes out as sales, as business. And what's really interesting is the challenge that it is now to get through to people. In the old days, you can pick up your little trusty phone. It probably the days are so old we didn't have phones like this, and you call and someone might actually answer, right? And I don't mean like the receptionist, but I mean like the person you were calling might answer the phone. Like, holy cow. It's true, people. Listen, kids, gather around. Back in my day, we could call the person we were calling and not even have to leave a voicemail. We could just talk to them. I know it's crazy, and then you get to the point where you'd be leaving them a voicemail and maybe they'd call you back and maybe they wouldn't. And then you got to the point where you just shoot them an email and maybe they'd respond or maybe they wouldn't. And now you're at a point where we have to call them, we have to email them, we got to send them a LinkedIn message, we got to send them a text message, we got to send them a carrier pigeon. We got to do all these different things to get people's attention. And it's difficult and time consuming. And it's fascinating to me that when we're doing this without a real strong, crystal clear idea of who those people are that we're doing that outreach to, that we miss the opportunity, right? I've done it. I'm guilty as charged, where I'll spend a day targeting a very specific niche based on gut, based on instinct. Hey, these are the group of people that I think might find value. I'm going to go after them. I'm going to call. I'm going to email. I'm going to LinkedIn message. I'll do whatever I can, do a little dance, whatever the case may be, to get in front of them. And when they're the wrong people, right, or it's the wrong offer, that is absolutely a brutal way to spend time, a brutal way to invest your energy, and whatever else the case may be, because it's falling on deaf ears. And so I've been looking at this as over the past couple of weeks. I put this really amazing offer together. I've got 15 years of training material, coaching material, presentation material that I've developed, that I've refined, that I've honed in, all about how to grow your business, right? And it's broken down into communications. It's broken down into target audience and target clients and target partners. It's broken down into how to do things online, how to do things offline, how to run sales meetings, how to close more business. But equally important to closing more business is how to open more opportunities, and how you show up, right? What's your presence like? Whether it is online or whether it is in person, whether it is right in front of them, whether it's on a Zoom. And so all of these different skills and attributes and things that I think are really, really important for business growth. And I roll them all into this one offer that's going to extend this month, and this month being September, because I want people to be able to have the number of opportunities that they need. I want people to be able to grow themselves and their business. And that was the original thought of Motor City Connect. If we could grow you, you could grow your business, we could grow our community together. These are the things that I've been passionate about for a decade and a half. So I got this offer together, and it's weird to me that I'll spend 3 times the amount of time, effort, energy, money a little bit. I haven't invested a ton, just some Facebook ads, but 3 times the effort and energy and mindfulness piece of it to sell this as a small package to individuals, to solopreneurs like myself, when this content, the exact same content, I could be selling to organizations that have 50, 100, 500 sales reps and charge infinitely more money. It's like, wait a second, why? And it goes back to this product market fit. It goes back to our comfort zone when we're steeped in things that this is how we've always done it. Good Lord, are those words the kiss of death so often. But when we're thinking about it and we can't pull ourselves from our perspective and put ourselves in a new perspective, it's a challenge. And so I want to challenge you to think about, where are you doing things like that in your life? Where do those patterns show up, where you're kind of like repeating the same bullshit, right? This is where I am. I'm mired in my own BS today. So these are my bits. This Terry Bean's bit of bullshit. It's like a bit of honey, but different. Um, it's fascinating to me though, because you start to recognize it, you start to see it, you start to go, ah, I've seen this movie before. I know this role. This is the part where I freak out a little bit and I make a bad decision that leads to 3 months of non happiness. And then I get out of that decision, and then I go back this way and everything's okay for about 3 months. And it's weird because it becomes seasonal, right? You can actually start to track it with the calendar. And I've been doing this long enough that I know that by the end of August, I'm like at my wit's end with stuff. And it's like, son of a bitch, I had this problem in 16. I had this problem in 17. Fortunately, I dodged the bullet in 18. In 2020, it was about to be that way and turn totally sideways. In 2022, it was not great, and it's like, oh, here's that roller coaster. So you're saying that the uphill climb's about 2.5 months. You get to the peak, you downhill's like you don't even notice it for the first 6 weeks, and all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I'm almost at the bottom. It just rotates through. Now, I am hopeful that I am the only one dealing with this. I am guessing I am not the only one dealing with this. And so, what I've found is what you really want in an advisor, in a mentor, in a coach, in a consultant, whatever the case may be, is you want someone that's ahead of you, right? That's going to the place you want to go, that's traversed the pitfalls that you're about to fall into, and can shine the light and say, yo, don't step there. It's deep and it's going to suck the life out of you for like 6 weeks. Or go that way. This path is short. It's clear. Somebody went through with a machete and cleared it all up. It's real nice over there. You want that kind of person in your life. Some of those people you're going to want to pay, right? You're going to want them to be your coach, to be your guide. Others of those people could be your mentor, right? And if you're doing a really good job, you're picking up lessons and tips and tricks from people all day, every day. Pay a lot more attention when people are offering advice. Listen, write it down, ask questions, get dialed in, because a lot of times people's heart is in the right place and they're doing it to add value to you. So don't just go like, I don't want that value. Take the dang value, people. I know that this is sporadic and the lessons today are, boom, 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 boom. But I think that's part and parcel again for where my head is. I'm sporadic right now. And more importantly, that's okay. Because to be fair, it's the some of the most creative time. It's when the juices are flowing. It's when the energy just goes crazy. And now it's a matter of this idea. Yeah, that one sucks. Don't do that. This idea. Yeah, that one's worth pursuing a little bit. This idea, that's going to put on hold, but I like it. Now's not the right time. But they're percolating, man. And if you can catch them and you can act on them, and they feel right and they sound right, I think there's value in being in that kind of state. And it's interesting because if you were a farmer, right? September is like, don't we do a lot of harvesting? I'm not a farmer. I'm so embarrassed that I'm using this analogy. But, August, September seems like harvest. Harvest moon shows up in October. So there must be some harvesting going on now. So this is the time when we're popping crops. Well, that could be true, but there are plenty of times when we've cropped all the crops, we've popped the crops, we've topped the crops, we've hopped on the crops, we've slopped the crops. I don't even know. The crops are gone. And so now we got to look at replanting. And what I'm really thinking about right now is 2024, right? Because 2024 is like 3.5 months from right stinking now. Okay, well, it's 3 months and 19 days from right stinking now. And I want to make sure that I'm ready, that my plan is in place, that I've got the right communication tools, that I've got the right kind of target audience, that I've got the right product market fit, so I can carry what I'm trying to do today into next year and be stronger, right? Bigger, better, faster, stronger right now. And I think that's part of the reason I put all this material in the vault together, too. Ultimately, it's there to serve the people that are going to walk into the vault and see it. There's 6 different trainings that are done. They're in there right now. First one was on focus and the power of focus. The second one was all about aligning kind of your mindset and getting ready. Oh no, the second one was 10 ideas to get you better connected, right? There were 10 beanisms. The third one was all about what you need to do before networking happens. The fourth one was something really important. The fifth one was about the power of execution. The sixth one was all about this idea, and in fact, I just recorded the sixth one right now. Um, it was all about how to spend time being online and doing how to network online, right? So that was really cool. Um, and the third one was the one I forgot, was the idea that your niche will make you rich, rich, rich. Thank you, Asha. Um, so there's so much more going in there, but it's designed for growth, your growth in particular. And I'd love for you to check it out. The link's right below. And if there's ever anything I can do for you, if there's ever a way that I can help you go from chaos in your mind to clarity in your offer, those are things that I'm really good at. I can't do that shit for myself because I'm too close to it, but I can do it for you in a heartbeat. Let's chat. My Calendly link is somewhere. We could just schedule a time, or you could just message me. Hey, let's Calendly. Let's talk. Let's do that. All right. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you next Tuesday for more of Beans Bits.